torque converter, AMT, DCT, CVT and IMT. All of these free up your left leg by getting rid of the clutch pedal. But that is where the similarities end. Well, kind of. One transfers power through fluids. One is like a manual gearbox but operated by robots. One has two clutches and prepares the next gear even before you ask. One has absolutely no fixed gears at all, and one still expects you to change gears manually but will help you with the clutch. Today we are discussing automatic transmissions chronologically. Welcome to Cars 24 Insider, and let's start with the old guard. A torque converter uses fluid for the initial connection between the engine and the gearbox. Imagine two fans facing each other inside a sealed container filled with oil. The engine spins the first fan. The moving oil spins the second fan, which sends power to the gearbox. And the result is smooth, effortless progress because a torque converter can creep through traffic without rubbing a dry clutch. And it can multiply torque during launch and take almost everything you can throw at it, including off-road use. A torque converter automatic is heavier and more expensive than an AMT, and its repair bills are also not very easy on your pockets. See, a torque converter is not the cheapest or the fastest, but it simply gets the job done without much drama. An AMT is fundamentally a regular manual gearbox. The difference is that electronic or hydraulic actuators operate the clutch and move the gear selector. In simple terms, an AMT is basically like giving your regular manual transmission a robotic left arm and a robotic left leg to change gears. The advantages are also pretty obvious. It's light, it's efficient, it's affordable, and it's cheaper to maintain as compared to other automatics. But the caveat is that the robot, which is changing the gears for you, is not particularly gifted because every gear change, just like this one, is pretty jerky. But the AMT is the value champion, not the refinement champion. And to be honest, that is exactly what is expected from this transmission because it's one of the most affordable ones. A DCT or a DSG or a DCA is essentially two gearboxes in one casing. One clutch controls the odd-numbered gears, the other controls the even-numbered gears. If you are accelerating in third gear, the fourth gear can already be selected on the other shaft. The gearbox only needs to release one clutch and engage the other. And that is why a DCT can shift so quickly. It's fast, it's direct, it's responsive, and it's efficient. And at speed, there is no fluid coupling continuously absorbing energy. This is definitely the king for performance when it comes to the transmissions. But there is a massive asterisk because there are two types of DCTs, a wet DCT and a dry DCT. And if you want to know more about that, there will be some pop-up around the top of the screen right now. A DCT tries to change fixed gears as quickly as possible, but a CVT asks, why do we need fixed gears? A conventional CVT uses two variable diameter pulleys connected to a metal belt or chain. By changing the effective size of those pulleys, it can continuously alter the transmission ratio. And there is no conventional first to second or second to third gear shift. And that is what makes the CVT exceptionally smooth in traffic. It also keeps the engine RPM as close to its most efficient band or the most powerful band. Now the thing is, there is a drawback, and it is called the rubber band effect. Let me demonstrate. Just now the engine revved up to almost 4000 RPM, but the car barely moved relative to what the RPM meter was showing. That is the rubber band effect. It feels as if the engine is struggling to breathe, but in reality, that is what the transmission is supposed to do. The priority is smoothness and efficiency, not performance. Unless you're talking about Formula 1. Enthusiasts will know what I'm talking about. Then came the IMT, an intelligent manual transmission that retains the manual gear lever and conventional manual gear set. When the sensors detect that the driver is about to change the gear, an actuator disengages the clutch. After the shift, it re-engages the clutch. In other words, you remain responsible for gear selection. The car only operates the clutch. It removes the clutch pedal fatigue while preserving manual involvement. It is also mechanically simpler than a DCT. But let's be honest, if you are still moving the gear lever in every traffic jam, have you really bought an automatic? The IMT is useful for a very specific buyer who enjoys selecting gears but dislikes clutch pedal work. Everyone else will probably prefer a full automatic. On your screens right now is the general ranking based on performance, stop-and-go traffic smoothness, maintenance cost, and complexity of all of these automatic transmissions. So which transmission should you buy? A well-calibrated torque converter is still the safest all-round answer. But it's not the best at any one thing. For the lowest entry point and cheapest repairs, choose the AMT. But please accept that refinement is not its priority. For snappy performance, choose a wet clutch DCT. A dry clutch DCT is ideal for open roads, not for city crawling traffic. And the king of smoothness is still the CVT. And choose an IMT only if you genuinely enjoy selecting gears. Otherwise, you are preserving work that every other automatic was invented to remove. There is no universal best transmission. There is only the correct transmission for your needs. So tell us in the comments which transmission would you bet your money on. And don't forget to subscribe to Cars 24 Insider. I'm Utkarsh Negi. See you in the next one.